Hello, cousins. How are y'all? How's everybody? Happy Tuesday. We are a little bit late today, but I wanted to make sure that I came and showed up. So, hope everybody's doing well. I hope you had a great Monday and a fantastic Tuesday. Um, we had this weekend with the Oscars. Congratulations to Ryan and Mike and crew. They did win four. I feel as though they were robbed, but we will take what we get. Yes, it was a Black Joy weekend. It was good to see the peoples. We are going to go over some of the fashions. Today, we're going to go over the Mob Boss Clock It Fashions and Pasta. But again, my name is Tiffany. Tiff. Welcome to the House of Tiph-Critiqués. For my cousins, hello, welcome back. If you're new, please consider to be a cousin, a friend, play cousin. Comment, share, like, subscribe. As my brother Hemp would say, tell a friend to tell a friend. But let's get into it. The Mob Boss. Y'all's president. This man, I don't care what anybody says, this is a mob boss. There's no way, if you are a triple trumper, that you can say that you can never say that you are hard against crime, because this man is a criminal. He is a thief. He is a mob boss. I just want us to I'm going to just go over some of the things that he said. I just went over today's press conference because it's just so much. He does so much every single day that it's just like at some point he be doing the very most. He does a lot. He does an absolute lot. So let me get your boy up here. Let me get him up here. And you tell me that this don't sound like a mob boss. Let me see if I can make this bigger. And
but I think Cuba's the end. All my life I've been hearing about the United States and Cuba. When will the United States do it? I do believe I'll be having the honor of taking Cuba. That'd be good. That's a big honor.
Taking Cuba.
Taking Cuba in some form, yeah. Taking Cuba. I mean, whether I free it, take it, I think I could do anything I want with it. You want to know the truth? They're a very weakened nation right now. They were for a long time. Very violent leaders. Castro was a very violent leader. His brother's a very violent leader. Extremely violent. That's how they governed. They governed with violence. But a lot of people would like to go back. But I think Cuba's the end. All my life I've been hearing about the United States and Cuba. When will the United States do it? I do believe I'll be having the honor of taking Cuba.
And listen, the reporter is going to say, taking Cuba?
That'd be good. That's a big honor.
Taking Cuba.
Taking Cuba in some form, yeah. Taking Cuba. I mean, whether I free it, take it, I think I could do anything I want with it. You want to know the truth? They're a very...
So when I heard him say that today, I was like, this just sounds familiar to me. I want to show you what it sounded like to me. Let's see, let me share. Let me get it up here. Now, let me tell you, in the name of Jesus, I really hope I don't get clipped, because the Sinners was cute. We had a cute little video. And when I tell you they copyrighted me, and I was like, you know what? No, I ain't even going to do it. So I hope that this clip is old enough that the saints do not come messing with me. Please leave me alone. Let me just share this with the people, okay? Let me share this with the people. In fact, let me speed it up. Maybe if I clock it at 1.5, maybe they won't get me. Fingers crossed.
Got another one for you. You ever smell mothballs? Yes. Well, who held the wings?
What Al Capone didn't expect was that this dedicated crime fighter, me, Elliot P. Ness, and this heavily sedated band of undercover men would be hot on his tail.
Yeah, that's me, see? I own Chicago. I'm the biggest, toughest mobster on the South Side, see? Anyone who crosses me gets a Louisville Slugger sans lubrication. Whoa! Now we have a huge shipment of Chateau Lafite coming in from the West, see? And I don't want any of you fairies to blow this job, get it? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is that not how that man sounded? Like, oh, I can do what I want to do with you. Sir, what? Like, you're the president. What are we talking about here? He can do whatever he want to do. He is the president. So then, let's continue, because the press conference today, I will say this much. He will have your blood pressure high. If he wasn't the president, the shit would be comical. Excuse my French. If he wasn't the president, it would be downright comical. But he is, do we get to say leader of the free world? I mean, child, let's just see what else your boy did today. Hold on. Let me get him up here. Let me get him up here. So I don't know if you don't keep up with the news. He had a major resignation today. So let's just see how he handled it.
It's a good thing that he's out, because he said that Iran was not a threat. Iran was a threat. Every country realized what a threat Iran was. When somebody is working with us that says they didn't think Iran was a threat, we don't want those people, because, and there are some people, I guess I would say that, but they're not smart people or they're not savvy people. It's a good thing that he's out, because he said that Iran.
So this was a pretty high up official for counterterrorism. He believed that we've went into the war and advised, and he's made his resignation. It was a pretty big deal, but again, it really gave, let's see if we can find it, because we're not going to be up here very long.
Mothballs? Yes. Well, who held the wings?
What Al Capone didn't expect was that this dedicated crime fighter, me, Elliot P. Ness, and this heavily sedated band of undercover men would be hot on his tail.
Yeah, that's me, see? I own Chicago. I'm the biggest, toughest mobster on the South Side, see? Anyone who crosses me gets a Louisville Slugger sans lubrication. Whoa! Now we have a huge shipment of Chateau Lafite coming in from the West, see? And I don't want any of you fairies to blow this job, get it? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So we had the resignation. We had the news of him taking Cuba. He did pass a housing bill today, but the last little bit that we're gonna do with the mob boss. Yeah. Let's look. Let me get him back up here. I hope y'all are having a good evening. I hope you did something kind for yourself today too, because only takes so much of this stuff in. You know, you need to be informed, and you can't really control the controllable. Be informed, but if you watch this man all day, it will drive you crazy if you believe in normalcy. Some people don't. Well, they just feel like he can do what he wants. Let's go ahead and get back here.
These countries come in and protect their own territory because it is their territory. It's a place which they get their energy, and they should come and they should help us protect it. You could make the case that maybe we shouldn't even be there at all because we don't need it.
So it says the Trump administration plans to announce that multiple countries have agreed to form a coalition to escort ships through the Strait of Hormuz, according to the Wall Street Journal. This is after he has disrespected almost all of our allies. And why he would even think that they would agree to that, I don't know, but let's see if it's any. President Trump declined to identify the 7 governments that his administration had contacted. I'll look and see if I can find it, but I don't think anyone outside of the UK even agreed. In the UK said that they would be considering it. Most of it either rejected it or didn't respond. So not him being on the, you didn't open up the text unread. Leaving the president of the United States unread is crazy work. So after he talked all that noise and all that trash, he now wants to have our allies come and try to defend. And, you know, it's just, when you think you're the smartest person in the room, you need to be concerned. You should always want people smarter than you and at least 1 or 2 people that will tell you no. Because yes, people will absolutely have you in a terrible situation. He doesn't have anybody that will tell him no. He doesn't have anybody in there that's being completely honest with him, and it's costing the world lives at this point. Cuba has had another blackout. You have us killing young girls in Iran. You have people dying in the UAE, in Israel. Like, there is so much going on, and it's because this man is terribly advised. It is because the president is a mob boss. You can't tell me any different. Like, every time he talks, I promise you, I just hear, yeah, I can do what I want. Yeah. Bless his heart. I think that's it on him, because he gonna give us more. I mean, I'll just say, I don't know who just joined, but hey, thanks for joining. Keep an eye out on the leader of the free world. With that, I want us to get into a little bit of pop culture, because I keep seeing clock it, clock it, clock it. I've seen this thing done so many times that our good cousin is going to teach us how to do this appropriately. So, hey, Mr. Center of the World, what is going on? So good to see you. I'm so glad you're here. Hey, dear. All right, let's get Duran up here so he can tell us how to properly clock it. Let me make sure I got him. Start him back.
That folks can't seem to get it right about. So folks doing this. Straights, I'm talking to y'all. Stop playing with pre-com in public, all right? Because that's what the this is. This is the correct terminology. This is sign language for the number 8. That means you ate that. Applause. I approve. Okay, get it right. Things that folks can't seem to get it right about. So folks doing this. Straights, I'm talking to y'all. Stop playing with pre-com in public, all right? Because that's what the this is. This is the correct terminology. This is sign language for the number 8. That means you ate that. Applause.
We applaud. So he's talking to us straights. We're going to clock it. So going forward, all this, if we're going to do something, we're going to do it the right way. So that's a piece of our pop culture. So we can go and get Duran on out the way. Now, again, I said we was going to talk about fashions. So the Oscars were this weekend. The fashions were okay. We're just going to allow it to kind of play. I think Tiana looked beautiful. I think the only thing that she's looked so good the entire award season that her dress, I know that they have a different kind of dress code for the Oscars, so I don't know if it was the dress code. I know she wore Chanel, She's been working with Chanel for quite some time. So, but let's go over, let's see what the girlies and the guys were serving. I will say, I think Cousin Michael looks rather dapper. He's so handsome to me. That is a good looking young man. That's a good looking man, Savannah. We're gonna go over the worst. Let's just see. Let me get him on up here. And
This night looking absolutely stunning. Others showed up looking like they wanted to end up on the worst dressed list. Oh, Timothy, what are we going to do with you? The Marty Supreme Star's all-white Givenchy suit was cool in theory, but in reality it looked messy, and not in a nonchalant way either. While Chalamet has undergone a stunning transformation throughout his time in the spotlight, the Oscar nominee's rugged hair and beard vibe just feels like he's trying way too hard. Kristen Wiig's Ellie Saab ensemble.
I will say his pants were a little too baggy, and I did not understand the white Timberlands. Kristen, what she's about to have on, she is a unique looking young woman, but her outfit kind of, when somebody says it looks like you're wearing a sack of potatoes, that's what this is doing. And for a woman of a particular age, you can't have too many droopy things.
Well, looked like it came straight out to 2008. A lot of that was down to the styling. Chunky jewelry and a saltwater blowout on top of a deep scoop with wide straps? It's too much. In fairness, the bridesmaid star did joke that she and her former co-stars were not good with numbers while presenting the awards for Best Original Score and Achievement in Sound. So maybe she heard about the 2016 revival and overshot the mark. Hear us out on this next one, because we know the argument for Emma Stone's custom Louis Vuitton dress will be, but it's so angelic.
Now, hear me out. I think because the dress was so simple, if she was wearing this to an event that wasn't the Oscars, it really would have ate down. Like if this was a reception dress for a wedding or something different, but it just looked severely simple. But the other thing is, you know that this was immaculately created for her body. So the customization is customized, and the body is body, and she is very thin, but I think she's a beautiful, she's beautiful. She's a beautiful woman.
We get it. However, even angels can be washed out by the wrong color. And unfortunately for the two-time Oscar winner, that was sadly the case here. Another unfortunate drawback of this particular shade is that in an effort to not look completely washed out, she wore way heavier makeup than usual. While there's no question she looked gorgeous, it also emphasized Stone's rumored plastic surgery transformation. And that's not the kind of attention you want to draw to yourself on a night like this.
Now, look, I didn't really say too much about the lady and her plastic surgery, but I think she looked natural. I think she looked pretty, and I don't think it's really anything wrong with a woman that if you want to get a tune-up, get some certain things done, then I don't see anything wrong with it. But speaking of dress codes, what was y'all down to the rodeo showing y'all's heinies? It just gets to a point where I get it. You know, some of us want to do fashions, but the rodeo is not the club. It is a family-friendly event. And the fact that they are about to have to put a dress code, like, I want for us not to have to do this. Like, I don't want to police nobody. I don't want to, but we got to call a spade a spade. Like, girl, if you want to have your booty cheeks out, do that at the nighttime. It is not the space. It's not the time. So the fact that they had to do this is absolutely insane. I'm gonna have to really pray about us having a conversation, because again, I understand that for a particular age, for a particular body, people want to go out and do their thing, but there is a setting for everything. And when you are going to be around other people's children, other people's spouses, if you don't, like, come on, y'all, we can't just be out here clapped out. It is absolutely inappropriate for you to have booty cheeks out at a goddamn carnival. It's not freaknik. It's not hedonism. It is a family-friendly event. And more than anything, if we're going to be on this FBA kick and we want to be respected, and then act like it. We want to police, but we also going to have to police. And there's a certain type of way that we're going to have to start showing up, because what we got going on right now is absolutely unacceptable. It's just not meeting the mark. So we're going to go over the story real quick, but this is in 2026. Don't do that. Like, if you wouldn't want your granny to see it, if you couldn't wear it to work, if you couldn't wear it into a nice steakhouse, perhaps you shouldn't be wearing it in public. Like that, again, club attire is club attire. But that's not the club. It's not the club. It's not the venue. And we just live in a different time now. Mind you, people finna, like, I don't want to do too much because mother was of the age of I didn't make it to Freaknik, but definitely hit a Kappa Beach. But Kappa Beach was Kappa Beach. It wasn't for kids. And Freaknik was not for kids. Do not go to family-friendly environments with your app. Like, let's just not do that. That's not appropriate. I get it. Body positivity. I'm liberated. I'm grown. I can wear what I want. Okay, well, hold yourself in a way that you can be very fashionable. You can be very cute and not cheeked out. And this has made major news. So let's just go to the story. Let me get them on up here. Y'all done came to the Texas and just done acted ass.
What you wear, it could keep you from going through the gate. There's some changes. It's a new dress code that's now in effect. KPRC2 News reporter Ricky Munoz joining us live outside of Energy Park this morning with what you really need to know, Ricky, before you head out there.
Hey there. Now, if you guys are choosing your rodeo outfit for today or the rest of the week, you might want to think twice, because you might not make the cut once you cross those doors. Like right here, we're going to show you a full breakdown for you so you can see what we're talking about. Now, yes, the boots and the hats are still good, so no big deal with that. But if your outfit is pushing the line, that's where things get tricky. Anything with offensive language, anything too revealing, or even outfits that show too much skin, that could stop you at the gate or get you thrown out. Now, ripped jeans are fine until they're a little too ripped. And officials are being strict also about anything tied to gangs, including face coverings, are also off limits unless there's a religious, medical, or cultural reason. Now, we did get that statement last night. Rodeo leaders say this isn't about fashion, it's about the vibe. Now, in a statement that say, this is a family-friendly event. We want every guest, especially young people, to have a safe and memorable experience. We will not allow inappropriate attire or behavior to take away from that. They say that when you buy a ticket, you're agreeing to that standard, and they want the focus to stay on the experience, not the distractions. Now, back out here live. So before you head out, you might want to make sure that you're checking that outfit, take a selfie, ask somebody if this is too much. If it's too much and you're questioning yourself, it's probably too much. But we're going to stay on top of this and keep everybody updated on air and online. But for now, reporting live at the NRG, I'm Ricky Munoz, KPRC2 News.
Great. Ricky, thank you for going over that for us.
I'm going to let it play one more time.
And we know Rodeo Houston is known for the boots, the hats, and the bold fits.
Yeah, but this year, what you wear, it could keep you from going through the gate. There's some changes. It's a new dress code that's now in effect. KPRC2 News reporter Ricky Munoz joining us live outside of Energy Park this morning with what you really need to know, Ricky, before you head out there.
Hey there. Now, if you guys are choosing your rodeo outfit for today or the rest of the week, you might want to think twice, because you might not make the cut once you cross those doors. Like right here, we're going to show you a full breakdown for you so you can see what we're talking about. Now, yes, the boots and the hats are still good, so no big deal with that. But if your outfit is pushing the line, that's where things get tricky. Anything with offensive language, anything too revealing, or even outfits that show too much skin, that could stop you at the gate or get you thrown out. Now, ripped jeans are fine until they're a little too ripped. And officials are being strict also about anything tied to gangs, including face coverings, are also off limits unless there's a religious, medical, or cultural reason. Now, we did get that statement last night. Rodeo leaders say this isn't about fashion, it's about the vibe. Now, in a statement that say, this is a family-friendly event. We want every guest, especially young people, to have a safe and memorable experience. We will not allow inappropriate attire or behavior to take away from that. They say that when you buy a ticket, you're agreeing to that standard, and they want the focus to stay on the experience, not the distractions. Now, back out here live. So before you head out, you might want to make sure that you're checking that outfit, take a selfie, ask somebody if this is too much. If it's too much and you're questioning yourself, it's probably too much. But we're going to stay on top of this and keep everybody updated on air and online. But for now, reporting live at the
It's a shame that they have to do it, but I think that list was really a really good list, and it probably should be something that you should just incorporate into your daily. I struggle with the bonnet thing because I think that sometimes the bonnet can kind of go into like respectability politics, but going out and you're not going to a nightclub or anything like that, or a certain type of like a family event and a family friendly environment. It's just, come on, y'all. There's no reason in the world, especially if you're an adult, that they had to come out and say, please stop coming out here naked. And I'm just going to say, as a seasoned Black woman, you can dress really cute and still, modest, covered. The illusion is always better. Like, nobody wants to see everything anyway. Save something for later. Okay? If that's your intention, and if your body looks like that, like, girl, go model, go do something, but don't do that in public. Just please don't do it. So let's see. We got our clacket, we had our fashions, and the last little story that we need to cover is Pastah. Oh, Pastah. Let me get him on up here. Now, why Pastor Jamal Bryant thought that he was going to be able to come and say the boycott was over, I'm not going to share what other Black women have said. I'm a Black woman, and I'm going to tell you, I'm not going back to Target. Like, when people show you who they are, believe them. You don't get to slap me in the face, and then I'm going to come and spend my money back with you. Why he thought this was appropriate, why he thought he had the pull, I'll never know. Like I said, I'm not going to say too much. He made a statement, so we just going to hear out what he's saying. So let's listen to the pastor. Let's see what he's going to say. Oh, I know he didn't pull this video already.
Bryant podcast, where we go from the same.
How would he have 52?
Hey, family, welcome to the Jamal Bryant podcast, where we go from the sanctuary to the streets, from the congregation to the street corner, from the pulpit to politics. Today is our 100th episode.
Can we ever figure out why people talk this way? Like, as a minister, this whole cadence is so tired and through and delayed. Like, just talk, sir.
And I'm grateful for those of you who have been on the journey with us. Today was supposed to be a...
But congratulations on 100 episodes to Mr. Bryant.
A hallmark celebration. But given the most recent events that have taken place this week, we're having to make a hard pivot. I wanted to address you directly about what has transpired around the Target fast and the Target boycott. I have extended my life in serving our people, serving our community, and serving my congregation. The very last thing I ever want to do is be a proponent of division or divisiveness. I want us to be together as one. This week, I failed at...
Um, I want to receive the message, but I just can't believe out of like you're a pastor at New Birth, like no woman in leadership, not your wife. There was no woman that said, you know what, Pastor, we may should hold off on this. Like, who did you didn't consult anybody? Like, it's giving. Let me tell you what I it's giving this. Let's go back. Anything that he's going to say beyond that is he had 4 demands. They wanted an investment. They wanted DI to come back. They wanted banking, and I cannot. There's a 4th demand. So DEI, bring the businesses back, do an investment with Black banks, and then help with tuition. He's going to try to explain DEI coming back as belong, but that they brought that in January of 2025. So the DEI, they didn't do that. The $200 million that they promised to give after George Floyd, they didn't do that. The money to the schools, they were already doing that. That's not been completed. And then the investment in the Black banks, they don't even have a bank verified yet. So why he came out and thought he could end the fast or the boycott, it was just really wild to me. Now there's a young lady that her name is Nakima. She's been doing the boycott in Minnesota. She had a lot to say. I understood her frustration. I personally don't really vibe with this chick because she's the same person that was at the church with Don Lemon. So I even with her, it just the whole thing, just the way it played out, it was just super weird. It looked disjointed. It looked unorganized. I feel like it set a lot of things back. This was an unnecessary fumble. And again, if we're going to say that we want to be FBA and we want to, be on one accord and we want to move in community, we can't allow this kind of stuff to happen because we have so many other things that we need to be addressing that this was just an unnecessary fumble. I'm going to show Nakima. Like I said, I will show her just for the sake that people understand that she did a lot of the groundwork in Minnesota. Then you had Nina Turner that also put some information out, but it was organic. Like this happened on the internet with Black women together saying we're not going here. I just don't understand the purpose. I do want to show like this actually had real impact. The stock went down 35%. This was such a an amazing boycott that lasted 400 days. I'm deeply disappointed. That's what I can say. I'm disappointed. I hate that this happened. We absolutely cannot allow this to happen for any other thing that we do as a community. Like this is insane. This was insane, and it was absolutely unnecessary. If you are in community with other people, if y'all are all as a community boycotting something, nobody's bigger than the program. Like if you don't get any other message, please understand. Put me back up here. Nobody's bigger than the program. Let me get Nakeem up here. Now, mind you, like I said, I'll put her up here. How about that? Let me just put her up here. Let me get up here. Mm-hmm.
We are asking people continue to stand with grassroots leadership in the state of Minnesota, where Target is actually headquartered, and not clout chasers, not fake pastors, not fake activists trying to co-opt our work. These people have received awards from the National Association of the NAACP and the Route 100 for our work. So they have no credibility. They don't speak for us. They didn't stand in the gaps for us when George Floyd was killed or when Operation Metro Surge happened. We stood for us and with the community. We speak for us, and we will never sell out our community for crumbs or a seat at Target's corrupt table. So we are asking people, continue to double down and hold Target accountable. The boycott continues. Thank you.
Now, see, and this is why I had a problem, because there's a way where you deliver a message, particularly if you want to be in leadership. I feel like the way that she handled it was uncouth as well. That's still somebody's minister. There are still people that attend his church. He is still a leader within certain communities. So we don't have to come at each other's neck. You can say that there was a misunderstanding. You can say, you know what, hey, wires got miscrossed. He was ending the fast for his church and for faith leaders. And then, as far as what Black women were doing, but she has to understand that that's a nationwide boycott. So it wasn't just her. It wasn't just Minnesota. And what she potentially can do is solely the work that everybody else has done. So if she's going to be in her emotions, she probably needs to take a step back as well, because the way that she's delivering that information is absolutely ticky-tacky. I watched an interview with her with Roland Martin, and she was just as rude there. Again, she's the same woman that was at that church with Don Lemon. If she wants to, I know she's an activist, but if she has a desire to be nationwide, she don't have to clean up some of the things. It goes back to us. If we want to be in community with each other, if we want to have a certain type of standard, then we have to have a certain type of standard. And she comes across as extremely uncouth, and it just is what it is. So I think that we almost got everything done. We had the mob boss. We learned Clock It. We did the fashions for the Oscars, and we also went over the fashions for the rodeo, and then we covered the pastor. Again, as we grow, let's learn to be in community with each other and not be so divisive. Let me see something. I'm sorry, I got a message. Your browser's lost connection to. Yeah, try share this one again. Child, we almost done, so we don't need to share anything else. But with that, we're going to wrap it up. Let's see how long we were here together. We made it a whole 40 minutes. So we did really well on the time. If you were here with me, thanks for being here. If you're here for the replay, please say hi, leave a message, leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm going to say the same thing. Go be kind to a Black man, woman, or child. Go be kind to a human. And most of all, be kind to yourself. See you soon.